Good morning children, Sai Ram. I again welcome you all to the online class of economics. Children, today I again going to start the same chapter, that is chapter number 4, methods of calculating national income. This is the fourth video of this chapter, and in the previous 3 videos we have successfully learned the first 2 methods of estimating and the national income. So we have finished up with the theoretical as well as the numerical part of production method, which we call as value added method, as well as income method, which we call as distributive share method and factor payment method. Now today we are going to start the third and the last method of estimating the national income, which is known as expenditure method. So children, expenditure method is also called as consumption and investment method, and it is also known as income disposal method. So according to this method, national income is estimated in terms of expenditure on purchase of final goods and services produced in an economy during an accounting year. This is equal to GDP-MP. And what is GDP-MP? It is the market value of all the final goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country during an accounting year. So children, in this method we will learn about the expenditure on various sectors in an economy. In the previous method, which we call as income method, we will learn the different sources of generating an income, and on behalf of that factors income what we have generated, we have finding out a national income. Now today we will learn about how we can find out the national income by the expenditure method. So children, what are the various classification, or you can say the components of this final expenditure on various goods and services? Now the first classification, or you can say the first component, is private final consumption expenditure. Second is government final consumption expenditure. Third is gross domestic capital formation, which we call as expenditure investment expenditure. And fourth is net exports. For import and export, an economy is also spending, or it's also making an expenditure. Now let's talk about the first private final consumption expenditure. So children, it refers to the expenditure on final goods and services by the individual, household and non-profit private institutions serving household on various types of consumer goods, that is durable, semi-durable, non-durable goods and services. Children, you all must be knowing, like there is 130 crores of people who are living in a country. There are certain expenditure, their consumption expenditure, which is still there for their own survival. Like we need food, we need house, we need wheat, rice, clothes and number of things for our survival. So the first classification, or you can say the expenditure of an economy, is to fulfill the consumption need of 130 crores of people who are living in a country. So whatever the things, the various things, the goods and services what we are needed has to be done successfully. The government has to be make certain goods and services which is still needed to fulfill the consumption need of 130 crores of people who are living in a country. Now second is the government final consumption expenditure, which we denoted with G, whereas private final consumption expenditure is denoted with C. Now what is government final consumption expenditure? It refers to the expenditure incurred on final goods and services by the government on various administrative services like defense, law and order, education, medical facilities, etc. Government produce various goods and services with the aim of social welfare without any intention of earning profits. I mean, government is still making their own consumption expenditure just for the safety as well as for the security point of peoples who are living in a country. Like we need, the government is spending a huge amount on for defense. I mean, for buying the arms and ammunition, buying the fighter planes from any foreign countries, and maintaining the law and order, education, etc. in our country. This I already explained you in the previous videos also. What is government final consumption expenditure? What are the various sectors of the government in which the government has to be make an expenditure for our security as well as for our safety purpose. Now third is children investment expenditure, which we call as gross domestic capital formation, or it is also known as gross investment. So children, what is investment expenditure? It refers to the expenditure on the purchase of final goods and services by the producers. I mean, whatever in this investment expenditure, whatever the expenditure which is made by the producer itself on buying various fixed assets, on various you can say final goods, they are known as investment expenditure. These goods are to be further used in the process of production. Investment, I already explained you, there are two types of investment, children. First is fixed investment and second is inventory investment. Now children, what is inventory investment expenditure more? It also, children, investment expenditure also refers to the addition to the capital stock of an economy, which represents the expenditure incurred on acquiring goods for investment by the producing units located within the domestic territory. So children, investment we have already learned in the chapter number 2 by the concept of investment. Thereafter we have learned the gross investment. I mean, the gross investment is further classified into two broad categories. The first is you can say fixed investment, which represents buying, you can say increase the capital stock of an economy. Like we are buying various goods and we are buying various machineries which is obviously needed to increase the production. Second is inventory investment. Inventory investment is what? It is basically changes in the closing stock as well as the opening stock of an economy. So children, this is the investment expenditure what I am talking here about. Investment expenditure is obviously done just because of the two purposes. The first is for the fixed investment, and the second is the inventory investment, which we call as change in stock when opening stock is subtracted from the closing stock. So children, fixed investment is what? It is also now why we are making an investment or why we are buying the capital goods. First, it is obviously needed in the business, which we call as business fixed investments. Second is you can say the component of this fixed investment is fixed investment by the household in terms of construction of houses. Third is public fixed investment, which we call as fixed investment cost. These all are the expenditure which is obviously being done just to increase the capital stock. I mean, we are spending, the government is making an expenditure on the construction of dams, etc. Just because of this, the capital stock of an economy is increasing. Now second part of this investment expenditure is the inventory investment. And inventory investment is what? It is known as the change in stock, as I just said. So this investment expenditure can also be reframed as gross domestic capital formation, which we call as gross investment. And this gross investment is further classified into two broad categories. The first is your fixed investment, which we can also write as gross fixed capital formation. There are further classification of this gross fixed capital formation is like, first one is gross business fixed investment, second is gross residential construction investment, third is gross public investment. These are obviously the above 3 points by which we can also rename with this on different basis. Now the right hand side we have inventory investment, which is again renamed as change in stock, which is known as CS minus OS. OS means the opening stock. Now this gross fixed capital formation, if it is not been there in this question, then we can also have one formula to find out this gross fixed capital formation. If in the question net fixed capital formation is given, then we have to edit the consumption expenditure, which we call as depreciation, and net becomes into this gross fixed capital formation. And when we edit again the inventory investment, which we call as change in stock, then we will definitely get the value of gross domestic capital formation. So children, this concept I have broadly explained you in chapter number 2, when I have explained you the investment part, when I have explained you the intersectoral interdependence between the various sectors in the economy. So children, I again request you to go and watch the video of chapter number 2, in which you will better understand all these related concepts. So children, again we can, as from the conclusion point, we can say that gross domestic capital formation can be further classified into two categories. The first is gross fixed capital formation, which we call as fixed investment also, and second is inventory investment, which we call as change in stock, like CS minus OS. If gross fixed capital formation is not given, then in place of this definitely they can be given as net fixed capital formation, and if in question net fixed capital formation is given you, then we will add the consumption of fixed capital, which we known as depreciation, and we will get the value of gross fixed capital formation. Children, meanwhile I have explained you how we can solve you the numerical parts of this expenditure method. Now children, next the classification of final expenditure is on net exports. What is net exports, children? Net exports refers to the difference between the exports and imports of a country during a period of one accounting year. Exports refers to expenditure by foreigners on purchase of domestic products, whereas import is the expenditure by the residents on foreign products. Like if we are exporting goods which is to be by the foreigners itself, then it is known as exports. And if we are buying any product from any foreign countries, then it is known as imports. Now when we are going to solve the numerical by this expenditure method, these are the certain steps which we have to follow up in solving a numerical questions. Now first step says we have to add all the expenditure of all the different sectors, we are going to edit private final consumption expenditure, thereafter government final consumption expenditure, thereafter investment expenditure, which we call as gross domestic capital formation, plus net exports. So children, private final consumption expenditure plus government final consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure, which we call as gross domestic capital formation, plus net exports, and by adding all the expenditure of this particular head, we will get the value of GDP MP, which is known as gross domestic product at market price. And once we get the value of GDP MP, we can easily reach to an NPFC, which is known as the national income, by subtracting the consumption of fixed capital, which is known as depreciation, by subtracting the net indirect taxes, which we known as net indirect tax, which we known as NIT. And when these things are subtracted from GDP MP, we will get the value of domestic income, which is known as NDPFC. And when NFI is added with the domestic income, we will get the value of national income, by which we the national income we can denote it with an NPFC. So these are the certain steps what you have to follow up in solving your numericals. So children, again I am going to repeat it. If once we added all the expenditure of these four sectors, these four components, we will get the value of GDP MP. Once we get the value of GDP MP, we have to subtract the depreciation and have to be plus the net factor income from abroad, which is known as NFIA, plus net indirect tax. Then we will get the value of NNPFC, which is known as national income. So children, I have already explained you, if net indirect taxes is not given you in the question, then there must be the indirect taxes as well as the subsidies is given you. So you have to subtract the subsidies from the net from the indirect tax, and you will get the value of net indirect taxes. So children, there again have some precautions of this expenditure method. The first precaution says that we have to only edit the final expenditure. I mean, only final expenditure is to be taken into account to avoid the error of double counting. So children, once we are calculating the national income by the expenditure method, the first thing is very clearly to be understood that we are going to add the we are going to edit the final expenditure of final goods and services. Like if there is any expenditure on intermediate cost, then we are not going to edit the intermediate cost with the final value, because that intermediate cost is already included in the final value of various goods and services. So children, when you are going to take the expenditure on any sectors, one thing is very important to understand, that you have to take the final value of all the goods and services, whether it is of private final consumption expenditure, whether it is related to export and import, government final consumption expenditure, or even with the gross domestic capital formation. Now second precaution says that expenditure on second hand goods is not to be included, because second hand goods values is already calculated in the year when they are being produced. This I already explained you in the first two methods. Also when we are explaining you the precaution of calculating national income either by the value added method or with the income method. Now third precaution says that expenditure on shares and bond is not to be included in total expenditure, because it does not create any creation of any expenditure which is not related with the production activities. Now fourth is transfer payment by the government, like any old age pension, any scholarship, is not to be included. So these are the certain precautions which we have to follow up in calculating national income by the expenditure method. So now children, let's move to the next question. Now with this question we are asked to find out the national income. What are the particulars given is net domestic capital formation is 150, government final consumption expenditure is given as 300, whereas private final consumption expenditure is 600, net factor income from abroad is -20, net export is 50, net indirect taxes is 90, consumption of fixed capital is 30, and net current transfer from rest of the world is 40. So again we are going to start the same concept. We have to start with first the private final consumption expenditure plus government final consumption expenditure plus gross domestic capital formation plus net export. When we are adding all these four components, we will get the value of GDP NP. So here in this question, children, private final consumption expenditure is given you 600, whereas government final consumption expenditure is 300, but the value of gross domestic capital formation is not given you directly, but it is given you is net domestic capital formation. And children, we already know if net domestic capital formation value is given, and if we want to reach from net to gross, then we have to edit the depreciation with the net value, and we will get the value of gross. So here, as net domestic capital formation is given as 150, we are adding here the depreciation, and it becomes the gross domestic capital formation by 180, and net export is given as 50. So 600 is the private final consumption expenditure, plus 300 is government final consumption expenditure, plus 180 is gross domestic capital formation, whereas net export is 50. So when we are adding all these values, we are getting 1130, which is known as GDP MP. So children, once we get the value of GDP MP, we have to convert into this value to NNPFC. Now we have to make a conversion from GDP MP to NNPFC. Now at first place, gross is to be converted into net. So we are subtracting the depreciation, whereas at second place we always have domestic or either national. So here domestic is to be converting into national. So we already know if we want to go from domestic to national, then we have to add it NFIA, that is net factor income from abroad. And at third place, market price is to be converted into factor cost. So if we are to convert market price into factor cost, we have to subtract NIT, that is net indirect tax. So all these three values are given in the question, whereas depreciation is given as 30, and NFI is given you is -20, and NIT is given you is 90. So NNPFC is equal to GDP MP minus depreciation plus NFIA minus NIT equals to 1130 minus 30 plus we have to add NFI here, but the value of NFI is given is negative, that is why we are subtracting 20, and NIT is given as 90. So 1130 minus 30 minus 20 minus 90, when we are subtracting all these values from 1130, we will get the value of NNPFC, which is 990. Children, now again we are taking this numerical and we are solving this time GNP MP by income method as well as the expenditure method. So what we have given is net domestic investment, it is 396, government expenditure is 864, private final consumption expenditure is 2940, whereas net factor income from abroad is 15, net export is 36, net indirect taxes 216, and income of self-employed person is 372, social security contribution by employers is 108, interest is 156, rent is 168, undistributed profit is 252, dividend is 192, wages and salary is 2544, tax on corporate profit is 228, whereas depreciation, the final value is given as 324. So children, when we are calculating by income method, we are starting with the compensation of employees. These are the actually in income method, as we all know, there are 5 components of estimating the national income. So we are starting with the compensation of employees plus rent and royalty plus interest plus profit plus mixed income, and when all these values are adding up, we will get the value of NDPFC, which we call as domestic income. So children, here the compensation of employees is not given you directly. I mean, this value is not given you in this question, but some subhead values are given of this compensation of employees. Like first we are giving is wages and salaries in cash. It is given you is 2544, whereas social security contribution by employers is given you is 108, whereas rent and royalty is 168, interest value is given you is 156, but the value of profit is not given you is not given in the question directly. It is given us in subheads, like it is given as first the tax on corporate profit, which is 228, whereas dividend is given as 198 and undistributed profit is 252. So when all these three values are adding up, we will get the value of profit, which is 672, and the mixed income is given as 372. So now we are again putting up the values into the formula, like COE is 2652, plus rent is 168, plus interest is 156, plus profit is 672, plus mixed income is 372, and we'll get 4020. Now this 4020 is the value of NDPFC. Now we are converting NDPFC into GNPMP. Now net is to be converted into gross, then we have to subtract the depreciation. Similarly, when domestic has to be converted into national, we are adding obviously the value of NFIA, and when factor cost is to be converted into market price, we have to add it NIT. All these three values are given separately, like depreciation is 324, NFIA is 15, whereas NIT is 216. Now once we putting up into the equation, we will get 4020 plus 324 plus 15 plus 216. When we are adding all this, we will get the value of 4575. Now 4575 is the value of GNPMP. Now we are calculating GNPMP by expenditure method. So once we finding out it by the expenditure method, we are applying its own components. Like first component is private final consumption expenditure plus gross domestic capital formation, government final consumption expenditure plus gross domestic capital formation, and fourth one is net exports. Now when all these four components are added, we are getting the value of GDPMP. So now when we are putting up the values, the private final consumption expenditure is given as 2940, whereas government final consumption expenditure is given as 864, but the value of gross domestic capital formation is not given as in the question. Now it is given as net domestic investment. So as I just explained in the previous question, if net domestic investment is given us, then we are adding depreciation to convert this net value into the gross. Similarly children, net domestic investment is adding up with the depreciation, and we will get the value of gross domestic capital formation or gross domestic investment. So net domestic investment is given as 396, whereas depreciation is 324. So when 396 are adding up with 324, we will get the value of gross domestic investment, plus net export is given as 36. So when 2940 plus 864 plus 396 plus 324 and plus 36, we will get the value of 4560. This value itself is the value of GDPMP, and we all very well aware that when we are calculating GNPMP, then it is always equal to GDPMP plus NFIA. I mean gross domestic product and market price is adding up with net factor income from abroad, and we will get the value of gross national product at market price. So similarly 4560 plus 15, and we will get the value of GNPMP, which is 4575 rupees. So children, so far when we are getting the answers, we are understood well that whatever the value we are calculating by any of a method, the answer comes same. So children, that's all for today. So far we have learned this expenditure method, we are covering up with the definition part of this expenditure method. Thereafter, we have learned the classification, the components of the expenditure method, or you can say the final expenditure. Thereafter, we have solved the numericals, and we too have learned the precautions of solving any numericals by expenditure method. So children, that's all for today. I hope today's lecture is well understood to all of you. And in the next video, we are taking some of the numericals by which we can find out a national income by all the three different methods. When we are taking a few questions by which we are estimating the national income by value added method also, by income method also, and by expenditure method also. And whatever the national income comes by all the three methods, the answer comes same. So children, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day. Sai Ram. Take care, please.